What is up, y'all, and welcome back to another YouTube video here on my channel. Now I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I have been scared. And to be honest, I'm usually not the type of guy that is like afraid of trying something out or afraid of or nervous about making something. But I recently saw a video about exactly this topic and I kind of got to thinking and I realized, damn, I really am afraid of something, which is to sew a jacket. I mean, at this point I'm sewing for at least like 2 years, I think. Literally all I'm ever doing is pants or maybe a long sleeve or maybe a t-shirt, basic stuff like that. And I always had really cool ideas about jackets that I wanted to make, but I have to be honest, I was afraid. And I kind of am afraid of sewing a jacket. Yeah, essentially it's just a bunch of stuff that I, in my head right now, don't know how to do. And that's why I'm afraid to do it and to try it out, if that makes sense. And as I said, I saw a video about this topic and that's when I really decided I have to leave this fear behind. And that's exactly why in today's video we are sewing my first ever jacket. I'm super excited. I got the fabric already. I already cut out some of the pieces. The jacket is going to be reversible, and for the first side we got this kind of all white fabric with this little tiny subtle pinstripe design. And for the other side we then have this brown, beige and white plate pattern. And those two fabrics are also something that I tried out for the first time, which is basically printing custom fabric. Because a while ago I discovered this brand called Txrnto fabric, and what they essentially do, they have a broad selection of white fabrics and you can then kind of print your own design on it. And this is not sponsored, by the way. I really think they did a great job and they have like most of the fabrics you would need, I say. They also have denim. This right here is twill. They have your cotton jersey for t-shirts. They have French terry for hoodies. Basically all you need. The first step is literally kind of sewing a long sleeve, essentially. Basically just connecting the front to the back panel and attaching the sleeves. And this is like the main body of the jacket. This should be easy. I did this plenty of times, so let's get going. And by the way, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm seeing you. Alright, so to make a reversible jacket, we basically want to start by making 2 separate jackets and then connecting them towards the end. And that's why in the beginning, as you can see here, every sewing step needs to be done twice. One time for my white fabric and one time for my plate fabric. Apparently I did not explain anything at all while recording and just straight up went to sewing for 2 days straight. But what I'm basically doing here is sewing the inseam of the sleeves and then sticking the sleeves into the main body piece so I can sew the armholes. Alright, y'all, we are done with essentially the base construction of the 2 jackets, or like the 2 parts of the jacket, which is essentially like the back panel, the 2 front panels and the sleeves attached together. And I also did already do the top stitching for all of the seams, and I think with this we can actually try it on for the first time. And this is basically the fit right now. I mean, of course we will have a waistband as well as elastic on the cuff. And yeah, I mean, I'm not quite sure how we move on, but we got like the 2 core pieces. But right now it's already late, so I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Alright y'all, so it is the next day and I just realized that I completely forgot to include any pocket, which I would say is definitely something that you want to do before assembling like the main core of the jacket. So with me having to do it now, it's definitely going to be a little more like complicated, but I think it should be possible nonetheless. I actually want to try out 2 different pockets for the 2 different sides of the jacket. For this side right here, I am just going to make these basic side pockets that you would like see on a zip hoodie, for example. And on the white side right here, I want to make single or I think double welt pockets actually. And to do so, we first of all need to kind of like fold over the raw edges right here, stitch them down, fold over those edges as well, and then we can basically like stitch it to the jacket. Really simple pocket, let's get started. Alright, so we got the pockets on like this. Really dope, came out really clean and it wasn't too hard actually. So it wasn't like a problem at all that I already assembled the core. But what I actually want to add to those pockets are some studs. Basically just like 2 studs here in the corners. So what we basically need is like the bottom piece of the stud, which is like longer. And then we have the top piece. There are studs that are double-headed where they are kind of work on both sides, but since this jacket is reversible, the inside will not be visible. And so what we're going to do is just take the bottom part, stick it through the hole right here from the bottom, and we can just take the top part and kind of stick it on top. And now all that's left to do is press it down with this little kind of stud press that I got. You could hammer it, you can have like a hand press, but if you're doing it regularly, I really would invest in a machine like this or even a better one. I really want to get a better one. Kind of position it and then we can kind of aim it a little bit and just press it down. Just like that, we got the stud in. Mine's a little off center. I kind of fucked up the hole, I guess. No diddy. Alright y'all, so I have been pretty sick these recent days and I couldn't really work on my other project, and yeah, I still didn't want to like stay in bed all the time and just relax the whole day. So that's why I decided to work a little bit on my jacket. For the white side, I then tried something different, which is a double welted pocket. Looks like this. You have probably seen something like it before, and yeah, I mean, it has this like pocket bag on the inside and then these kind of like 2 flaps. And looking at it now, I might also add a tag on this side. Nonetheless, I'm feeling a little better now and want to continue on the jacket. Still kind of sick, so I won't be talking as much, but what we're basically working on now is the cuffs and kind of the waistband. And originally I thought I would just use the white striped fabric for like the cuffs and the waistband as well. To be honest, looking at the white side so far, I think it would really not look good if I also use like this stripe pattern for the cuffs and the waistband. I would much rather have like a clean white fabric, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't have like a clean white fabric and I don't want to order like 1 meter of fabric just for the cuff. And I looked through my stash and I found this brown fabric right here, plain brown fabric. I don't know, the sun is kind of crazy right now, and this one has a similar structure to the overall jacket fabric. I already cut out the cuffs. I think it's going to be hard. I really like it so far, and I think on the brown pattern it also looks really good. And yeah, let's get going. So if you're wondering what I'm doing here, don't worry, I literally don't have an idea myself. What's essentially happening is that we are connecting both of the jackets inside out and connecting them at the cuffs as well as the waistband. And you really need to be careful here that you don't like twist the sleeves, which would really come out crazy in the final product. And at this point it definitely looks like a huge mess, but it will turn out perfect once we actually turn the jacket to the right side. And once everything is pinned in place, we of course get to sewing again. But before we can actually turn the jacket to the right side, there is still the collar that we need to do, so let's get to it. Alright, Charles, so we now have something that looks a little bit like this. And to be honest, I don't even know what the f is going on. But apparently if we turn this inside out, we have like the almost finished jacket. And I'm not even sure how we're gonna turn this inside out. If this is even physically possible, I don't know. Alright, so now we have like almost a finished jacket. What's left to do is basically do some top stitching and then essentially just sew in the zipper, and we are actually done with the jacket. But yeah, I don't have a zipper on hand because I just wanted it to be like for the perfect measurement, so I can carefully measure it out now and get like the perfect zipper. Once it arrives, I'm going to continue, and then we have like basically the finished jacket, but I will add some prints. I want to kind of customize it a little bit. We'll see how when the zipper is there. Alright, y'all, so we can finally continue with the jacket. It's been a while since I ordered the wrong zipper. I literally got this YKK zipper right here to my custom measurement, but literally I placed the order and like, I don't know, like 2 days later, I was laying in bed and I realized that I did not order a reversible zipper. And this is obviously an issue when making a reversible jacket. So yeah, we'll use this one for a future jacket, but I had to actually order another one, which as you can see right here is now reversible, which basically just means that you can kind of slide the puller kind of to the other side, and with this you can kind of easily open and close the zipper from both sides. Perfect for a reversible jacket like this. So let's sew it in and then we can get to the final customizations and finish this whole piece. Let's get it. Now down in our basement in my little kind of screen printing studio, screen printing room, and yeah, I want to add a design like a back print to the jacket. And I mean, the plate pattern is already crazy, so I don't want to add a print for this side, but yeah, for the clean white side, I thought why not add some prints, make it a little interesting. And since this jacket definitely has more of a like streetwear vibe to it, I don't mind it being a little crazy. I already placed the jacket on my plate right here, so I don't want to move it because it's perfectly in place. I have this screen right here that says Shibuya in kanji, which is a district in Tokyo. And this one's interesting actually because I used it for t-shirts that will literally come out this spring. Like I made them like last year, but it was like towards winter and I didn't want to drop them. But yeah, so kind of a little spoiler. I don't want to try hard here. I don't want to put it into the machine and kind of adjust all of the stuff. And I literally just lay it on top and print, which also worked. And I mean, I don't need to do like multiple prints with like the same placement. So I don't mind the screen being loose. And yeah, essentially the plan is to have like one clean back print and then place the design like multiple times across the back, maybe a little like angled, maybe two prints overlap a little bit. Kind of this DIY, I don't know, like this messy aesthetic. For ink, we got this beautiful burgundy one. I think this will look really beautiful on the white. I think the general combination of like the burgundy, the white and the brown will turn out beautiful. This should definitely be enough for the few prints that we're going to make. So let's just get this first one going right here. quickly get the second one going, and I can't even really place it that well anyways because I can't really see where the design goes. But I mean, that's the whole point here. I'll just place it like this. And as you can see, this one didn't turn out as good, but again, just because of this kind of DIY setting right here, and I don't mind it, I really like it. And I would say I'm doing like 2 more, maybe 3, I don't know, I think 3 would be too much. So yeah, let's do 2 more. Now all that's left to do is give it a final heat fix. Alright, now before I actually show you guys the finished jacket, don't worry, we'll get to it soon. I just wanted to show you real quick, there's one thing that I recently copped, and you can see it behind me right here, where we basically got like these 2 vertical poles here in my room. And this then allows me to then have this like horizontal bar where I put up a paper roll, and now I can literally just roll it down, and I have like 2.5 meters of like a clean paper backdrop. I can switch the colors if I want to. I'm really happy to have this addition to my room. I mean, it's not that aesthetic, I get it, but it's super practical. I don't have to go like to a photo studio anymore. I can literally do photo shoots in my room. Literally invest in yourself. Like, this is not something that is fun to invest in. It's definitely expensive, but it's so worth it. And whatever your kind of hobby is, or your interest is, or whatever you want to do in the future, take the money, take the time, and invest it in yourself. Let's get to the jacket. And the sun is kind of crazy right now, and I definitely still need to kind of figure out the light situation and get everything right, but I hope y'all can see it. Let's get the jacket, and there we have it. This right here is the finished beauty. I really love it. I mess with it so much. And I, by the way, also added these like 3 little dots right here, these like 3 studs. I wanted to have like kind of like a chest logo and emblem, but I didn't want to just print my logo. Thought it would look pretty whack, so I got these like 3 studs, and I think it looks absolutely nice. And then if we flip it inside out, we got this beautiful brown plate design. So let's put it on and see how it fits. All right, so this right here is the brown side. And yeah, I mean, let me know in the comments, but I really mess with it. That's all I'm saying here. I really mess with it. The only really downside that kind of I don't like about the pattern, to be honest, is how short the sleeves are. If I reach out a little bit, it's getting really short real fast. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have any issues. I really like the tightness around the waist. And I think this in combination with this slightly cropped silhouette is absolutely amazing. I really like it. Let's turn it to the white side. And I have to keep it real with you guys. The white side is 100% my favorite side. I mean, come on. I think the white with the kind of pinstripes and the brown cuffs and the brown color is just absolutely beautiful. And then we got this super dope, I really messed with how this came out. The super dope back print. And yeah, I mean, the fit of the sleeves and everything is exactly the same as the brown side, of course. The only difference that we have are the pockets. They could be a little bit longer. That's definitely something I could change, but it's not too bad either. And yeah, they're comfy, they're chill. And yeah, I mean, that's about it for this jacket. Definitely very proud for this to be my first jacket. And this leads me to the kind of message of this video. I literally expected a jacket to be so much harder to assemble and to sew together. But now after me making the jacket, I think it's actually easier than making pants. So there was literally no reason for me to be afraid or be scared of making a jacket at all. There are definitely way too many situations that we are just scared and afraid for no reason, or like no logical reason. So think about it. And if you notice that there is something, leave that fear behind, go make it, go try it, whatever it might be. I'm so excited to make another jacket now, but it's literally getting warmer day by day, so I don't even know if I should make another jacket. But yeah, we might see. We might make another jacket in a future video. But I think that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video all the way to the end, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. I'm out of here.